Hello everyone, this is Ashley from Ashley's Creations, and I'm sorry I have a little bit of a cold, so excuse my voice if it sounds kind of nasally. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so I have the day off from school, so I thought I'd go ahead and film this video for you since I'm home by myself and don't have to feel awkward filming in front of anybody. So I made this card like a week and a half ago, but I thought I would film it with you because I haven't done an actual like card making video in a long time. And when I showed my Mama Elephant haul, I think it was Val from her YouTube is Jeff and Val. I think she was the one that asked me to make a card with the Mama Elephant water bloom set. Let me show it to you. It's this one. Back it a little bit. So I actually sat down like the next day and did a card with it. I just never got a chance to film it because again, I live in my parents' upstairs right now while our house is being finished, and Andy's always up here with me. His area is literally like right next to mine, and so when he's home I feel awkward filming a video. So whenever I'm home, he's usually home like after school. He gets home before I do sometimes, or most of the times, because I usually stay late at school helping or getting ready for the next week or the next day or whatever. So I don't have a lot of time by myself up here, so that's why I haven't filmed this yet. So I thought I'd go ahead and do like an actual card making video with you. So I played with the water bloom set, and this is what I came up with. I kind of wanted it to be a little different from the things that I saw, and a lot of the ones that I saw with the water bloom set were just, you know, one layers. Most of them were like this, where they had the water blooms up in the corner, water blooms down here, and like staying in the middle. So I thought I'd change it up a little bit. So this is what I came up with. I hope you guys like it. We're going to work on it together. So we're going to start with this piece right here. And this is the Mega Matte Stack number 5 from Paper Tray Ink. It's the biggest one you can get. The matte stack, the layers matte stack, and then the mega one. So the regular one is a lot smaller, and the layer one layers onto the regular one, and then the mega one, like you can see, pretty much fills the whole front of a card. So we're going to use that to put our pieces on, and then we're also going to use the Tim Holtz distress markers. Now I got this set for Christmas, and I wanted to dig into it and play with it because these are my favorite colors from the distress line. So yeah, I wanted to use these ones, so I pulled them out. So the colors that we're going to use are Shaded Lilac, Picked Raspberry, Salty Ocean, and Mowed Lawn. And I'm going to zoom you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I took the big stamp from the water bloom set, and we're going to color it in. So we're going to start with Picked Raspberry, and I did 2 of the blooms with Picked Raspberry. I did one of the bigger blooms, and you just color on your stamp with the marker. Other markers that are really good for doing this are the Stampin' Up! Markers. So I did the big one and this little one over here. I did in Picked Raspberry as well. Make sure you get the stamp nice and covered. Okay, and then for the other bloom I did the Shaded Lilac. And it's kind of hard to see, you probably can't see it very well. Oh, you can see it a little bit on camera, but it's a little hard to see because it's such a light color. Just making sure I'm getting it good and covered. Okay, and then for the leaves I used the Mowed Lawn. So Andy and I went and we saw our house this weekend. We did an informal walkthrough of it. Our actual walkthrough is apparently this Friday, the 24th of January, and there's still quite a few things that need to be done. but if our walkthrough's on Friday, then they're going to have to finish it up. So our house should be finished, you know, sometime this week, which is really awesome. But there were quite a few things that we looked at and we made note of that we'd like them to kind of take a look at and fix. And then I'm going to do these little berries in here with the Salty Ocean. Anyway, so we went through and we took one of my ex-coworkers when I worked at my school in Detroit. Her husband is a contractor, and so he walked through the house with us, and he pointed out some things that we might want to make sure that the walkthrough people notice, or if they don't, we want to bring it up to them. And we've got a problem with the plumbing in our basement that we're kind of upset about. We did the two-piece rough-in plumbing for the basement in case we want to finish it. And the way they put the plumbing and the way they put the water meter, if you come right down the stairs, the plumbing is right at the edge of the stairs and the water meter is right at the end of the stairs. So if we want to go and finish our basement, it's not going to pass inspection because there's not going to be enough room for a hallway there. So we're going to have to complain about that to our builders and try and get that fixed. But otherwise, it's looking pretty good and we're pretty happy with it. So hopefully we'll be moving in within the next month or so, and I can start setting up my new craft room and pulling the rest of my craft stuff out of storage, because, you know, I put stuff in there thinking I wasn't going to use it, and then lo and behold, some of the stuff that I put in storage I wanted for like the first time ever since I bought it. So I don't know, whatever. Anyway, so now that I have the whole image covered, the other colors have been sitting for a while, so you want to make sure that you go ahead and you huff on it. So I'm just going to do that off camera. And it re-moistens the ink on there. And then we're going to stamp it down here in the corner. Right about here. I'm going to push it nice and good. I've got some of the close to my heart mats underneath there to help with padding. So there's that part. And then over here we're going to do them individually, but I think what first we'll stamp the thank you. So this thank you is from a paper tray ink set. This is the Think Big Favorites #2, and it's got thank you and it's your day, and I just love the font on that, and it's really big as you can see. So we're going to stamp that in True Black from paper tray ink. You could use any black here. I happen to like this one as I get it all over my block. Okay, and then we're just going to stamp this right about here, I think. Yeah, we'll do it right here. Okay, so there's the thank you, so that we know where to place the other flowers. Now I took the smaller flower from the stamp set, and on this card I stamped it with the actual picked raspberry ink, and then realized that it didn't fit well with the card because it didn't have the watercolor look like the other ones that were used with the markers. So this time I'm going to do it with the marker. So I'm going to do picked raspberry again. I'm just going to color my stamp. And then I'm going to stamp it up here in the corner. Right about here. Okay, and I'm going to clean it off because I'm going to use the shaded lilac. But first, I took my, this is the, what is this, 1 inch? The 1 inch Eclipse masking tape, and I stamped the water bloom image on there twice because I want to mask it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out really quickly. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just so that you don't see the purple on the pink. Okay, and I'm going to use that to cover this up and line it up. Okay, and so this is all, my stamp's all cleaned off. I'm going to use the shaded lilac. And we're going to stamp this right next to the other one. Okay, so now I'm gonna leave that mask on, and I'm gonna cut this mask out so we can add the leaves and the berries. This one didn't stamp as well, I don't think, but I'm not too worried about it. This paper is sticking to my fingers, it's hard to cut. Okay, so we got this one, so now I gotta match it up. Let's see how it matches. About right there, that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna take the leaf, the small leaf, this one, and then I also used, let's see which berry set I used this little berry one down here. And we're gonna do the leaf in the mowed lawn. That's the fine tip. I don't want that one. Okay, so we're going to stamp that once down here. And we're going to color it again. And we're going to stamp it up here. And then we'll color it one more time. And put a little bit of leaf over here. Okay, and then we're going to take the little berries. I have it on the other side of my block because I don't have another little block. We're going to color the berries with the Salty Ocean. I love these colors. I'm in love with them. We're going to stamp the berries up top here. So we've got a couple berries up top. We're going to color this one again. And we'll stamp them over here, and then one more time, and we're going to stamp them over here. Okay, so now we're going to peel the little masks off. I just love when you do this and you can see, you know, that you kind of made your own stamp. Looks like I got some ink there because I would, because that's just how I work. I get ink everywhere. So, whatever. And then we're going to take the shaded lilac ink, the distress ink, and I have glitter in mine, but that's okay. We're gonna go around the edges, just because purple is my favorite color, so that's the one I decided to use. No other reason why. I'm really excited for my new craft room and for my actual desk, because you can see that this one is moving as I do this, which really bothers me. But once I get my new room, I will have my real desk. And it's okay that I got that there because I'm going to put this ribbon here, so I'll just cover that up with the ribbon.